Barini.
And I'm Kelsey Paul.
And you're watching It's Today for WHIT Radio.org.
Hello everyone, it's Thursday morning still, and we're here with a few stories for you guys today.
Yes, most of them include very sad and tragic happenings. We're going to start first with, of course, the Boston bombing that occurred in Boston on April 15th, which was only 2 days ago. As you know, there was a marathon in Boston. It's a very big event, it's a
fun event.
Yeah, a fun event. And some person planted bombs, and 2 out of 5 blew up. There could be more, we don't know yet. They're still looking for the suspect. Police believe they have found the suspect on a surveillance camera. They're not quite sure. They're not confirming anything, but they're looking into it. And if you have seen any images or news reports, you will see very graphic and very heart-wrenching stories of,
that 8-year-old boy who lost his sister. Or no, he died, and then his sister lost a leg, and then his mom's in the hospital.
Yes, with brain injuries. And, I think the husband was running.
He was running, so I don't know if he survived or not.
Just put yourself in his shoes. You have a wife with brain injuries. You have a daughter who just lost a limb, and then your son tragically passed away. And when you think of these things, it's just heartbreaking. And there was a few stories of, heroes, and although
the first responders,
yes, and
who might have gotten hurt too.
Instead of running, many people have said this, instead of running away, they ran towards. Even though they didn't know if another bomb was going to go off, they were ready to risk their lives to help other people. And that's what we have to remember. In the end, there are bad people, but there was also many, many, many heroes that helped out.
Yeah, I mean, when I was talking to you about this before, I was like, I never said that I believed in the death penalty before, but with things like this, you always question yourself, and you're like, what kind of person would do this at a marathon? Like, it's not even anything, if you're having problems with the government, it's nothing to do with the government. The people who were running weren't anything to do with anything. They were just enjoying their lives, and then for whatever sick reason you just decide to plant bombs there, knowing that people are going to die or lose limbs or lose family.
I can't comprehend what goes on in that kind of person's mind. I don't think any person. I wouldn't even consider that person a person. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. And the fact that they have, I don't know if maybe they passed away during the bombing. I don't know if probably not, because they were cowards.
Probably not.
They probably ran away from the bomb.
I don't know why you would target innocent, kids. But for whatever reason, they're just sick. I don't know. I trust the police force. I think I know why they're not giving information yet. They probably just want to confirm it. Because if they have a suspect and they release all their information and then it turns out that they're not guilty, that person is probably going to be like...
Yeah, they have to get all the facts before saying, oh, this is an act of terrorism, this is that. You don't know. But, of course, there's a possibility this could be terrorism.
It could be domestic, foreign. We don't know
what kind yet. It could just be a crazy person. It could be, you don't know who it is. So to go and say that is... as a definite is not right.
Yeah.
So.
This was just a crazy week in general. This week we have the anniversary of the Columbine shooting. Have you ever seen, it's crazy. Me and my friend were on YouTube, and we just stumbled upon surveillance films from the Columbine shooting, and you just see them, it was just, really graphic, because they were pointing a gun at someone, and she was just like please, please, please. It was just really bad. I don't know what to say.
It's terrible. And, things like that, it didn't happen this week, too. And it's just like April not going so well so far.
Mm-hmm. We have that thing with the congressman, the letter.
We have a letter was sent to a U.S. senator and also to President Barack Obama that contained resin-laced letters. It was resin, which is a very fatal poison. And, of course, these are screened and processed before handing it over to them, but to think that a person would do such a thing. And they actually signed the letter, I am KC, and I approve this message. Like they have a sense of humor or something. No, that's not funny.
And that's very scary because they have people to screen their letters, but what if someone gets into a fight with someone and they just send the letter to a previous friend or something? They don't have anyone to screen their letters. They're going to open it.
Yeah, and it's very messed up. They have the suspect, but they're not releasing any names so far. It was postmarked April 8th, but because of processing, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to process it. So it's just a coincidence. Hopefully, maybe they're tied in. I don't know about the Boston Marathon or any other things that are going on. But for now, it's just a separate case on the side. It was sent from Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, no one was hurt, so that's a good thing.
Yes. And it's good that, the feds set up the system where it gets processed and it doesn't go into the hands, because I don't think they would do that anyways, but it's good to take precautions just to make sure that doesn't happen.
It's a very, very scary thought. Like a lot of I don't know, but so our last story of the day is also not so happy, and I just found out about this morning on the bus on my way to school. Someone turned over and he was like, did you hear about Texas? And we were like, no, what happened in Texas? And then he was like, look up the YouTube video. So we did, and I think we have the YouTube video here, right? Can we play that, please?
This was in Waco, Texas, by the way.
It was a fertilizer plant that exploded.
Yeah, there it goes.
We'll try to find another video.
Okay. So
We'll give some details.
Yeah. People were near the plant, in the plant, whatever, and as of right now, the number of dead remains unclear. This was at a plant, right?
Mm-hmm. They make fertilizer, which I just talked to my biology teacher, and she's like, that's the same thing that they put in bombs.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that something like that would happen, which I guess that's why.
It's weird how that happened and this happened. Of course, you don't know if there's a connection, but there's always a possibility. They say that they don't know about the criminal side of things. They don't know if this was an accident or if this was intentional. We'll probably find out in the coming weeks.
Which again, even if it was intentional, I can't fathom. Like my mind just can't wrap around someone knowingly and intentionally
going out to set and kill people.
And it's premeditated. Terrible. It's not even like someone just gets mad and they have a gun and it's like a instinct and everything goes red. It's premeditated. They had to plan it. They had to get the resources. They knew every single step of the way what their goal was and what they wanted to accomplish.
It's very, very, very sad. Between 5 and 15 people already reported dead. More than 160 people were injured. There could be people underneath the debris. There still could be more dead. There was 4 or 5 firefighters that, first responders that are missing now.
EMS people too.
Yes. Yeah. And also, one more thing. It was raining last night, which helped with the fire, but it was very windy. So it spread the fire. So, it was not a good, environment to fight the fire. So, I don't know. It's rather sad.
Again, you saw people risking their own lives to help
And that's
others.
Yes, that's the important thing. Although there's bad people, there's always those good people that make up for terrible, terrible actions. And I have to say, very stupid and selfish actions of those evil people.
Yeah, I'm very shaken by this. It's like I was talking about it with my family, and we were like, is there no place that anyone can go without fear of being like hurt?
Terrorized
Because
or
there's
killed,
already so many things that in nature harms people. We have cancer, we have all these different diseases that are natural, and upon that we also have to deal with the fear of people coming after us too.
Yeah.
And it's not even like in the animal kingdom where it's like competition for food, competition for resources. We have everything we basically need. It's just I don't know.
Stupid people doing stupid things that you now have to worry about your well-being and your family well-being. And I just, again, one of those things in life you just cannot understand.
Yeah.
And that I don't know. There's no way to describe what those people do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
Not good.
And it's scary. Like, it makes you fear, but
which is never a good thing, because out of fear comes hatred for no apparent reason.
Yeah. And
if you can't trust other humans, like, who else is there to trust though? Like, we're all there is right now. There's no one, like,
I have one quote, and I think this kind of lightens the mood a little bit. I found this on Facebook the day of the Boston bombings. I was just, going through my news feed, and this was on, a quote site. It said, this is once again by Mahatma Gandhi, "You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty."
That's a good quote.
Yes. And, this is to the people who do these kinds of things. There are always other people, good people, genuine good people that will overpower the evil. They could take all this away. Oh, they bombed at the marathon, but, Boston's going to come back. America's going to come back. Humanity is going to come back, and we're going to fight back. We're going to find justice, and they'll be sorry after the fact. And I don't know if these people will ever regret what they did. Probably not, since they didn't have the heart to do it, So it just shows us that, people have, just because a few people are bad doesn't mean everyone is bad.
Yeah, and I think people need to not take this and generalize a group of people or just people in general and say that, oh, I can't trust anyone, everyone is bad, because, like I said, out of fear comes hatred. And again, the cycle repeats itself. Like, I think Confucius said, like, if you seek revenge, dig 2 graves. I'm just telling people, don't seek revenge.
It's not a way to fix anything.
It's not.
We had 9/11, and that was done by, people and terrorists from certain places. And, just because they were from, the Middle East or wherever, it doesn't mean that everyone's bad. And that's a generalization. You cannot make everyone in that category and mark them as, they hate America or whatever. You cannot do that. As just because a few bad people, it could be any race, you know what I mean? And just because there was a few bad people does not make everyone, responsible. It's not fair.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people were feeling that, me being from Middle Eastern descent, we were feeling the after effects from 9/11 still, with random security checks with my father went on vacation with my uncle to Washington, D.C., and they took a picture by, like, a monument or, like, a bridge or something, and they were just like, because it's a beautiful place. Apparently, someone reported their license plate, and the FBI came to our house asking questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, even the FBI knew, like, this wasn't anything serious. They knew someone was just paranoid, but it was just, like, a wake-up call to say that from fear comes, like, uncertainty, and then people become paranoid, and then people do rash and crazy things again. So,
yeah, just keep your cool. You know, it's not worth getting into a scuffle.
Justice will be served.
Justice will be served. And, you know, if this guy goes about on his life and he's never found, but I hope that he is found, he'll get
I
his
hope that
in
his
the end.
conscience catches up to him
I
one
hope
day.
He goes insane.
One-
Well, he's already insane, but
Hopefully he won't do it
Yes.
again, at least.
and he'll get his one day,
Yeah.
definitely.
But like we were saying before, there are really, really good people out there. The ones who, the emergency personnel, the police, the firefighters, the investigators.
It's the random people off the street helping
Random
out.
people off the street, dragging people, helping people, families, friends coming together after losing people.
Having vigil services, it helps with the grieving process. All these, this is also a story of hope, you know, that even after all this, you know, destruction and gruesome events, that we can move on and we can begin to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing happens, we heal. Another thing happens, we heal. This is life, you know. It's sad that this happens, but this is a part of life. Wish it didn't happen, but it's nice to have people step up to the plate and actually try and start to fix what's broken.
I mean, you can see it even in the doctors who are working round the clock trying to save people.
Yes.
After this, you could see like the love showing through.
And it's nice to see that.
Yeah,
it makes
it's
you
really
feel
nice.
better about this.
Yeah. So I think that's all we wanted to say today. Just stay strong. Don't jump to conclusions. Be loving. Be caring.
Keep a positive outlook. You know, don't, just because this happens, hopefully we won't have more of these occurrences in the future, but, you know, stay positive about life. Don't,
Appreciate it. Stick close to your loved
Yes.
ones, and have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone.
We're going to end with some footage on it just came in, okay?
Okay.
Look up.
I'm sure that
That was the actual time of the explosion.
Oh wow. Mhm.
Let's try
we're
that.
gonna push it back. Think all the way around. I'm sure that
Oh, wow.
So there was a big fire and then the explosion came.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy. Okay, girls.
Okay. Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.